What's up, y'all? Straw Hat Yamo here, and we got.
Yeah, there, your boy Young Dcentos. I'm still here. I'm still in the building. To you, it's another one, but to me, I'm punching the clock.
Oh,
What's up, man? Tap in. Tap in.
there you go. And we're here to talk about Megalo Box Season 2. Dos.
Yes, sir.
Meji.
Both season two.
I don't know if that
Maybe.
was right saying that in Yoruba, two in Yoruba, but whatever. That's why I said Meji, but I don't even know. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, Megalo Box, man. When we got the announcement for this, I was surprised. I was like, why are we getting a second season of Megalobox? The show ended fine. Like, what is there to talk about?
Yeah, I agree.
I was
Yeah, I
so
was like,
confused,
hmm
and I was like, I'm excited, but at the same time, y'all might butcher this show. To be honest, if y'all bringing back another season of this, because
yeah,
just because you
yeah.
bring it back another season of a show doesn't make it good, especially when it ended. So I was like, well, I'm gonna give it a chance and see. And my thoughts on it is that the season was okay, but it wasn't needed. I felt like, and of course we are going to spoilers. So if you have not seen the show, go ahead and click out and come back.
Mm.
But yeah, I was like, this show just the season wasn't needed per se. It wasn't like I like the season, but it wasn't needed. We start off by Joe having his whole addiction going on. So it like
Mhm.
fast forwards. I don't know how many like years have gone by since he won that last
I
boxing
think it
match.
was 10. It was 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, he was out of 5 or 10. I think it
Wow.
was it 5 or 10?
Well,
It's 5 or 10 years.
it's been quite a while, and you see that Joe is now fighting underground again, but he's looking pretty rough. He has a beard and
hmm
everything, and we find out that his former coach, I think his name was Pops, he died of a terminal illness,
Yeah.
and he also has had
hmm
a bad reputation now with his former friends. What's his name? What's the little kid's name that was hanging out with him?
Pacquiao.
Pachan, yeah, and all his
Sachio. Sachio.
Sacho, yeah, yeah, and all his other friends as well too. So we start off like that, and then this whole season is just about Joe regaining back his former glory, not to becoming a good megalo boxer again,
hmm
just being like a better person and fixing up
Yeah.
the mistakes that he did in life that he did back then.
Uh-huh.
So it was kind of like a little bit of a slice of life, to be honest, is what I felt of the
hmm
show, with a little bit of of course, some action and boxing. But go ahead and tell us what you think.
All right, man. Let me tell you why this is one of the greatest season twos I've ever seen. All right. So like you said, right? I did not know where this show was gonna go.
Hmm.
I said season two is over. Come on, man. What are y'all doing to me? What are y'all doing to me? And to me, this is like like a redemption arc episode. It's a slice of life, not like a coming of age, but just it's a facing your past story, and I
Hmm.
really appreciated that because a lot of the times we see people rise up, but what happens after that? Sometimes you know some people they rise up to the occasion that they're famous athletes, and once their time is up, they never obtain that form of glory. And when they don't obtain that form of glory, sometimes they can fall into drugs. They can get in the wrong crowd. Sometimes they can go to crime. Sometimes they may lose all their money. I mean, you see that in the NBA all the time. So to
Yeah.
me, like this, to me, this story was great. At first, I thought, oh man, it's gonna be a story about Joe trying to, box and get back to his former glory. But it's not about that. He's taking a different role. He's trying to be a coach, and one of the things that I really liked with the show was the first arc. To me, the first arc was very touching because Joe is he's trying to help these community of people who are, I guess they're what's it, like immigrants, right? Yeah, they
Yeah.
call them immigrants, and essentially, it's this little village of people, and they live in like some type of like lot or whatever, and some company owns the lot, and then the company says you have X amount of days, either you pay us for this lot or you guys have to move out, and the only way for those guys to get the money is for the chief. He's like the leader of that little village
Mm-hmm.
to fight in a boxing tournament. So so you know it's good because Chief, his inspiration came from Joe. Because if you remember the first season, Joe, he got his name Gearless Joe. You know what I'm saying? He was an inspiration to a lot of people saying, that you could kind of overcome odds, no matter where you come from. And that's a strong thing that can be reflected in real life and also on the show. These are immigrants, but even though they're immigrants, they know they have a chance to make it. Because look at this guy, Gearless Joe. He made it. He wasn't wearing gear, but he beat all the odds. So
Mm-hmm.
to me, it was good to see the impact that Joe had on people. And I really like that first arc with Chief, how Chief helped Joe kick drugs because the drugs was messing him up. He helped him face his demons. And at the same time, Joe was able to help him box. And I think that relationship and that dynamic was just so powerful. So I really really enjoyed that first arc. And then like I said, it's about facing his past. And Chief was the motivator. So now he goes back to a city and he has to face his past because, you know, after the first season, we're like, why doesn't Joe talk to his the former village, like, or I guess the former place where they started No Name Jim? Why doesn't he talk to Sacho? Where's Pops at?
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out throughout the season, you know, man, Pops was actually ill, and Joe was the other adult there, and when Pops passed away, no one was there. No one was there for the village, the kids at the village. Like Joe just kind of abandoned them and left, and it was a really bad thing for him to do, to just abandon the kids in the village. And
Yeah.
you know when he came back, they were like, "Yo, we don't even like you. When we needed you most,
You
you
were
left."
gone. Yeah.
So now, yes, now he has his whole redemption arc. So to me, that first sequence of this season to me is brilliant. As a season two, when I'm not expecting anything, when I'm asking where can they possibly go, to me, that first narrative was amazing. So I mean that's what I gotta say about the first part of it. And you know, gosh, did you like that? Did you at least respect that? What did you think about it? Because I don't know. I
About
I
what?
felt touched by it.
Yeah. Now that you're talking about it, I'm like, I didn't really look at it like that, but it was nice seeing Joe
Hmm.
come back and being able to work with the kids again. Because just like you said, when the world needed him most, he vanished like the Avatar. So like that man just straight up
He did.
disappeared, and when he came back, the kids were like, "You just can't come into our life like that and act like everything's
Hmm.
all buddy buddy." And no,
Hmm.
that's something that he was trying to realize. He's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna have to try to connect with these people in other ways. Try to fix my wrongs." He did that by trying to build back that gym that they used to have. I think it was called like No One's Gym
Right.
or some no name gym,
Right.
and
No. Nowhere.
nowhere something
Something
like
like that.
that. Yeah.
Nothing.
So
Yeah.
that was interesting. I did like that. Um, Now later on in the show, we see that there's a boxer named, I think his name was Mac, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah, it
call
was
him
Mac.
it's a Mac time. Mac
Mac time.
time.
Yeah, yeah,
Mac
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
His name was Mac, and we find out that he is now the new Megalobox star. And the reason, and we
Right.
find out that and how he's a new Megalobox star is through a whole like scientific new scientific development that they've discovered and they made for this guy,
Hmm.
because he was used to be a police officer. No, he used to be a Megalobox
Right.
fighter, right, at first, and then
Right.
then
Hmm.
he retired because he kept on losing, and then he became a police officer. And then one day, an apartment building was on fire, and he went in there to save some people. But when he did that, he ended up sacrificing himself because the building ended up collapsed, and he had to have he was in a coma, and he couldn't wake up from
Right.
his coma until these people came up with this new scientific technology to help him
Yeah.
wake up. And not only that, because the doctor said that even if he wakes up, he's gonna be completely paralyzed because of where um, the building had fallen down on the spine. So they
Yeah.
made a technology to where that he was gonna be able to move again, and not only that, be able to box as well too. So now, so fast forward now, he's new to Megalo Box champion, and now he's saying that, hey, I want to fight you, Joe, because you also inspired me, and I was like,
Right.
I kind of like where this is going. I didn't mind that, and then when they started boxing, I'm like, okay, this is gonna get serious because the previous fight that Mac had, he had this thing called Mac time, to where when he's on like when he's basically having trouble winning the fight, when he's about to lose, all of a sudden his nervous system just kicks in, and like all the adrenaline just starts pumping,
Yeah.
and he starts whooping dude. Like the last dude he just fought, he beat him so bad that dude was paralyzed. He beat a dude that bad that he's paralyzed. So I was trying to hope to see that, to see if Joe was gonna be able to overcome that, but they just settled the fight with a draw, and I was like, that's kind of lame. I didn't really like that. I thought one of them should have won.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a draw. It wasn't a draw. It wasn't a draw.
Oh, wasn't a
No,
draw?
Sancho put up the white flag.
Oh, that's right. That's
No,
right. That's right. That's right. You're right. You're right. I
no,
forgot
Joe
about
lost.
that. Yeah,
Joe lost.
Joe did lose. Joe did lose.
But here's my thing about I guess about that and that whole arc. Personally, like I said, I thought the
Mhm.
time was great. What I didn't like, what I don't think needed to be in there, was that whole thing with I guess Yukiko and the what's it
Oh, that
I'm trying to look.
scientist dude.
The creator yeah, this the scientist with the creator of the brain chip for
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mac.
yeah.
I didn't like that whole arc. The show was, it was going really really good until about that point. And at that point, I said, oh, this is not really good. I was like,
Did
it's cool. Like Mac's part is cool, but that part, I was like, I don't really care about these politics. To me, they were introduced too late in the season for me to really care.
did he ever get
But
in trouble?
no, yeah, he did get in trouble.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Because it was two corporations, and they fired him because they said, you're doing some scummy stuff.
Okay.
So they fired him.
Okay.
But you know, my thing, what I liked about I guess Joe, because like Joe was walking around not necessarily with a chip on his shoulder, but everyone felt like they had something to prove
Yeah.
when it came to Joe. And the thing was, this season showed that winning isn't even anything. Sometimes you gotta lose to win. And Joe lost. Joe lost about most of his fights in this season.
He did.
I think he lost almost all of them, except for like one against Sachio. He lost almost every single fight.
Mhm.
But it was that final loss against Mac where it was, he did on his terms. And even if he did lost, it was, it that ending, it was a great ending. It was, they were just happy that they were able to give Mac the fight that he wanted, and Joker kind of stop on his own terms.
Yeah.
So it has that theme that you don't always need to win. You don't need to I guess win to have a great outcome. So that's why I don't know. I really like this season, except for that little area. So to me, like I was gonna give this a 9. I was gonna give this a 9, but I had to bump it down to an 8.5. To me, this is in terms of writing, this is a beautiful season too. Great.
Yeah.
So I give it 8.5.
It was yeah, same with me. I had to give it an 8.5. I just like how everything came around together. Like they were talking about the story. Like I think the opening was thinking about the hummingbird kind of thing, and I
Yeah.
liked how they brought it all together around in the show as well too.
Right.
So I did like that. I think now I could be wrong. Now is Mac based off of Little Mac, the game?
Uh,
Because he has the whole Mac time thing, and Little Mac
I
and
don't think
Smash
it's
has
based
a
off of
whole
Little
little.
Mac. I mean, there
Okay.
might. Nah. I think maybe just like a play on words.
Okay,
Or,
okay.
just a slight reference, but I don't not like you. Nah.
Okay,
Little
but
Mac is like short. But
yeah.
Nah.
Okay, but other than that, I did like the show. The show was nice. I liked how it battled like all these different themes, like addiction, betrayal, trying to come
Mhm.
back and become friends again, things like that. And like, I just love how it tied it all in together with boxing. Like, it didn't feel like a boxing show. It felt more like a redemption slice of life show that had some boxing in it. You
Mhm.
know, so that's my take with
Yeah.
Megalobox.
Yeah. Really enjoyed it, man. I recommend it, man.
Yeah,
Shoot, amazing,
amazing
amazing.
show, amazing show. So, is there anything you got to say, or is that it?
Nah, that's it, man. That's all I gotta say. I said my piece.
All right, and I said my piece. So, yep, that is Megalobox season 2. That is our review. So, appreciate you guys watching this video. If you guys don't mind, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, follow, all that stuff. Check out all
Yeah,
our
all that
links,
stuff, man.
all that stuff. You know where to find
Exactly. You
me
could find. Mm-hmm.
at Straw Hat Yomo.
Yeah,
Everything. To spell Yomo, it's YOMO. Straw Hat Yomo everywhere.
I'm at Dcentos. That's DCENTOS underscore, and you can find me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. So tap in,
All
tap
right.
in.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
All right, we out.